Hey everyone! Welcome back. I am back today with more Hunter x Hunter, you guys. I'm so excited to see what is going to happen next on this show. I've really been loving it so far in like the best, most bizarre way. Because it's just so bizarre in some ways, but it's also like weirdly wholesome and fun at the same time. I don't know how to describe it, but if you're joining me early today, you already know what that means. It means you are one of my awesome patrons. Thank you so much, and as always, I'm sending you up those big old hugs right through that screen. And if not, still thank you for joining me today. I'm glad you're here. I do hope you'll consider supporting me that way. The link to my Patreon is going to be in the description down below. So, yeah. We had quite the episode last time. We actually had a lot going on because we had kind of Leorio's big moment, which I got really excited for. But I just have to say, I totally get how he could have gotten, you know, caught up. I mean, first we had some of the less G-rated issues that he was having. But, you know, even just the whole getting psyched out thing about the betting, about the rock, paper, scissors. I mean, it's clear these prisoners, many of them, all of them, I think, were really trying to psych out our crew, our examinees. And I don't fault Leorio in a way for just kind of falling into that trap. Because, I mean, it's... I would have done it. I would have just as easily. Now, the question is, you know, do you want someone as a hunter falling into those traps? That's a little, because you really, it seems like being a hunter is really risky, really, you know, there's different specialties, of course, you know, depending on what you want to get into, but, you know, it seems like that's something you would want to kind of be able to get around. You know, you would want to be able to get around like the mental games, the psyching out and everything. That's why it's in the exam, I'm guessing. So that is a little worrisome, but you know, it's also a learning experience. If it wasn't a learning experience, then people wouldn't be taking it like 80 times. So clearly it's not like, you know, it's not the end of the world that he kind of got tripped up on that. I totally get how he would have gotten psyched out. That was her intent, was to psych him out, and it just kind of worked. So, poor Leorio, but, you know, better luck next time. At least, like, he's still in the game, you know, he's still in the game. So hopefully he just learned from it, and we'll move on. The real, I think, crowning achievement of last episode was the Killua stuff. So everyone kind of learned the true nature of Killua last time. I have to say, story-wise, they did such a good job of building up the serial killer that he faced, like the mass murder. And I mean, even I for a second was like, oh my God, like this is really, because you see, what you see is like they're building up this horrible like monster of a murderer. And here's our little angel-faced, you know, Killua. I mean, he really does. He's an angelic looking little kid. And he just is he's kind of he's like a killer disguised as an angel, basically. And someone pointed out to me that there's a lot of kind of references to Killua being sort of like a cat and Gon being sort of like a dog. And I think he actually made like a cat noise or something at one point in one of the last couple episodes. And oh my God, I could just see that so much. I could just see that so much. And I know that there's like probably a whole treasure trove of cute chibi fan art online of like kitty Killua and puppy Gon. So cute. But yeah, it was I think it was a big revelation for our crew to be able to see. I think it was a true demonstration of what Killua is made of, even to us, the audience, because, you know, up to this point, we kind of saw it through, we saw it through like the window of the ship, you know, we saw him doing something and we know that he left some bodies in his wake. But this was, you know, for a show that tries to censor a lot, I mean, they were not getting around it this time. He straight up ripped a man's heart out. And that's what happened. And I like how everyone afterwards was like, so don't upset Killua at all. Killua needs to be on our side because he is scary. He is a very valuable team member to have for sure. But yeah, don't just stay on his good side. So that was the test. So now we're kind of hanging out in this room, and I like how, you know, there's still something weirdly, I won't say like wholesome, but he still has like some little kid innocence, Killua does, because like then we get to the room and he's just like, ooh, let's play games, Scone. Let's see if there's anything to do in here. And I'm just like, you just ripped a man's heart out and you just told everyone about it, like, oh yeah, no big technique. I just ripped a guy's heart out, and like, you should see my dad do it. He's way better at it. And I'm like, no, I will pass on that. I'll pass on seeing that. But yeah, I think it's really fun the way that they've built up each character to be so unique, because it would have been so easy to have like Killua be just sort of like a little Gon-ish friend for Gon. You know what I mean? Like to bring in another character that was just like another cute little boy who wants to be strong and stuff. And I mean, they have really added such depth, I think, to each character so far. And we're really not even that far into the series, you know, so I think we're about to watch episode 12. So, you know, in that amount of time, they've built up our whole main crew, a couple of examiners and other characters, and, you know, they've driven home the sheer terror that we are meant to feel whenever Hisoka is present. So, you know, I think they're doing a really good job so far. So, this next one is called, like, I think it's called, like, Last Test or something. I see Last Test, and then it's ... So, I don't know the full episode title. We'll know when we get into it. But, I'm very excited to see, where the whole exam is going and kind of, you know, where we go from here. I mean, we've already seen some faltering, you know, at points with the whole exam thing. I mean, we've made it to this point, but, you know, we know that, I'm sorry, that was my stomach. We know that Leorio had a little trouble last time. So, like, at this point, I'm getting a little nervous because they've already illustrated for me that this is not, like, a super typical shonen. And I feel like everyone should pass in kind of your run-of-the-mill shonen. Well, not necessarily, though. I can think of quite a few instances where there have been exam arcs and not everyone passes. But you know what I mean? Like, I feel like, oh, well, all our main people move on to the next stage, and I feel like there's maybe a chance that they won't. Or that it will be more complicated than that. So, there's only one way to find out, and that is to jump into the next episode of Hunter x Hunter. Let's go. Oh no. Here we go with the music though. Okay. You know what? Yeah, I mean, that's not like it's all over here, you know what I mean? He's poking the bear. That was a mistake, yeah, for sure. You know what he's doing? He's trying to push Leorio. He's trying to push Leorio into doing something that's going to jeopardize all their chances. You know, don't you think? Oh my god. This guy, though. This guy is getting on my nerves. Yeah, he wants to become a doctor. Yeah, I'm sorry. Gambling's not really in his wheelhouse. That's fine. See what I mean, though? He's trying to... What are you doing, baby? It's probably not very safe, honey. But they're bored. They're little boys and they're bored. They're bored little boys. Gonna get into trouble. Okay, all right. Well, that's another terrifying fact. What do you do? Oh, what do you... Oh! He's like, I bet you thought I was asleep. Maybe he is. Oh, he's not. He's not. He was just pretending. Oh my god, they're so cute. They're so cute. Kurapika's just like, this is my life now. Oh, they're so adorable. Get that toe out of his face. Oh, but at least they were amused by it. Even Kurapika's kind of like... Look at him just like... He is. He's sleeping with one eye open. I'm sure he's learned that after this many times. Ah, I see. Be the fish. Fishing for some coffee beans? I feel like maybe this... I feel like Killua will be good at this because he probably has to like think like his prey too. Oh, maybe not, maybe not. Oh, guys, what are we doing? Are we trying to catch people's pants now? That seems like a good way to have... Yeah, no, don't chat. He's... Oh, and the moon came out. The moon was out. Leorio, did you not see this boy take a man's heart out? Gonna watch some TV? No? Good. Sometimes watching TV helps you go to sleep, you know? Sometimes it can be soothing, depending on what you're watching. Not this show. This show's not one of those shows. It keeps me pretty alert. Don't give into it. Do not. You are stronger than this, Leorio. Do not let him get in your head. Oh, that is such a long time to have bored little boys. And you know what? How much do you want to bet he like cut the toe off of his own sock just so he could be annoying? Doesn't that seem like a Tompa thing to do? I watch. They're gonna like he's gonna have like a devious inner monologue about how he cut the sock so his toe could stick out. Oh, okay, yeah, we could exercise. We could train in here. That's one thing we could do. Oh my God, Kurapika must be so smart. Look at all he's reading. And Leorio's reading too. We know Leorio's smart. I just feel like his personality is like very reactive for this kind of... Oh, poor girl. Oh, be nice to him. They really are like a cat and a dog. They really are. Come on, guys. Come on. Come on. You could do this. Yeah, come on, guys. You've come this far. You can do one more minute. Let's go. Let's go. Goen's just like... Phew. Guys, are you kidding? Are you kidding? Who is the... Oh God, Leorio, keep it together. No, come on, come on. You can do this, Leorio. Oh, he made a mistake. Here we go. Here we go. He's just needling him. You know what I mean? He's like needling him. But you know what? He's definitely taking advantage of everything he can here. You know what I mean? Tompa. Oh boy, here we go. Here we go. Cause he knows they have to work as a group, and he's needling him at every opportunity. Stop. No, we do not. We do not. Okay. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. That's not... So you have to decide, is your whole team getting out, or... Oh, no! And they're down to, like, so few now. 3 minutes. So they're, oh, they have to decide 2 people. What? That seems extreme. Oh, I guess they want to make sure no one's going to make a run for it. Why are there all these? Oh my god, why are there all these weapons? Leorio. Such a good boy. Such a good boy. It's kind of intentional. Or is this a test? Is this another test within a test? I think this is another test. I think it's a test to see if you can all work together one last time. Or if you're gonna... You know what? I'm so done with Tompa. I'm so done with him. I'm so done with Tompa. Can we all agree that Tompa's not gonna be one of... No, he's... you know what? If you would not waste time fighting, you might have a shot at 45 hours, though. What's the... Okay. What about... Are you kidding me? Holy cow. That's brutal. He made it all that way just to die? Oh, okay. What happened in there? Really? My blood hurts. What happened in there? Oh, it was a slide? What? We still have 30 seconds. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. Yes! They made it! How? Guys, stop fighting and just walk through. Oh, so they did choose. They did choose. But he said the short and easy path. Nice. Genius! Gone. I chef's kiss you, Gone. But you thought of it. Love you. Love you. I don't know why I'm tearing up right now. I'm just so happy that they all made it. I really thought that was it. That is true. I don't know why I'm tearing up. Oh no. Oh my lord. Oh my god, Gon, you are a genius. You are a super genius. Oh my god. Alright, you guys. Oh my god. I love that episode so much. I love that episode so much. Because not only does it show so much about Gon, it shows a lot about the way that this exam works. Because clearly, if there was even ever a possibility, I feel like that might not have been their intention, but the people who come up with these exams are smart enough so that if they really didn't want somebody to do that, they could have found a way. You know what I mean? For them to not be able to smash through to the short and easy path. But that was like not an option, but it was there. You know what I mean? So like it still really does make me wonder if maybe that was the point of that last one, to see if everyone could work together or if they were really going to battle it out for only 3 people to be able to go. I would have been really curious to see what the long and hard path was really like. I'm not doubting that it's long and hard, but I wonder if it just, there's so much strategy and subterfuge involved in this exam that it really does make me wonder if maybe the long and hard path was like littered with different ways and options to like get through it quicker if you work together or something like that. I don't know. I think I'm just like, I'm second guessing so much now on the show. I've gotten a little paranoid about like the true intentions and the true nature of all of the exams because they're so layered. But that it shows so much about Gon that he's like, no, we came this far together and we will get through this together. I really hope that we can carry that on for the remainder of the exam, but it is a little, the last line is a little bit, worrisome that, you know, pretty soon they're going to be pitted against each other. Again, here's the thing about the Hunter world. We had the Hunters like talking about like Hisoka a while back, saying like in a way he's almost kind of like, he's very, very Hunterish, just like kind of in an extreme way. And we see, this is something that somebody pointed out to me and it's so true. Death is so common and just everyone seems very desensitized to it in this world, particularly within the confines of this exam, which is not like it's a very, you know, public it's not like some like, ooh, it's like a secret fight club kind of thing. I mean, it's, people know like what Hunters are and it's a pretty common thing. And this exam is pretty, I don't know like how public it is, but it's on the up and up enough that, you know, I feel like it just really goes to show how commonplace death is in this society. It's like you have that. But then, like, there's clearly little places where they want people to work together. It's just worrisome that, like, I feel like in another shonen, the point of the exam would be, like, kind of like a higher moral lesson. And this one, I'm really not sure. I really don't know. I don't think that's the case. So I could see it becoming just like kind of degenerating into like a brawl where like, not a brawl maybe, it's always going to be more about strategy I think than strength. But I could definitely see everyone being pitted against each other and that being the purpose. I would hope that if they're pitting everyone against each other, the purpose is going to be to see who can overcome that and work together. But I think Tompa is a great representative of what the exam is about in a lot of ways, because he really represents the sort of underhanded way of dealing with things. Like, it's true, he didn't cause all their trouble there. Technically speaking, Tompa only really hurt them at one tiny point in that whole phase. But he knows how to exploit a weakness. And I feel like that's a lot of what the exam is about. I feel like there's 2 different ways you could look at it. I feel like you could look at it as, yes, you're trying to bring out people's strengths, but in a lot of ways you're trying to exploit their weaknesses as well. And Tompa is an expert when it comes to exploiting weaknesses. And I feel like he just took advantage of every weak spot he saw with Leorio. We saw him several episodes back saying like, this is the outsider syndrome. When one person gets rejected a bunch of times in a majority rule, they're going to start to feel like the outsider. It's going to crumble down. And he has just slowly chipped away, like at every opportunity, from like big stuff, like the very obvious fighting and guilt and all that, even just down to like the toe. You know what I mean? Like when you're at your breaking point, if you were trying to sleep in this situation, in this room where you had 50 hours to spend, and there was just that toe in your face, I feel like that could be enough to make somebody crack. The toe could make somebody crack. You know what I mean? So even just down to like little stuff, because we know he wasn't really sleeping. We saw him like sleeping with one eye open. So I honestly don't know what's going to happen next. I would hope that if they're all pitted against each other, Gon will find a way to bring them all back together and to get things done his way, you know, in a more like wholesome way. I mean, you really could look at it two ways. You really could look at this whole thing two ways. And that's that you can either, you know, you can be the person who needles people and steps on people to get your way, or you could play on everyone's strengths and work together as a team. I guess time will tell. I really honestly have no clue. I have no clue what the real kind of intentions and motives are of the people putting the exam together. I think at this point I don't know enough about like the examiners and kind of the I know what the purpose of the exam is, but I think there's still like a lot of unknowns for me. And I'm just going to have to kind of figure it out along the way. But I'm so proud of Gon. I'm so proud of Gon, my best boy Gon. All right, guys, that was so good. That was so good. I loved it. I loved it. So here we are about to embark on the last. So is that the last test of the whole exam? No, I don't think it is. Because I feel like the exam arc goes on a while. I feel like they would have made a much bigger deal had it been like the very last one of the exam. Of the whole exam. Like it was the last one of that phase. I'll be curious to see what happens next, guys. So I hope you enjoyed watching along with me. As always, thank you so much for joining me today. Please be sure to join me next time and we will watch it together. Bye for now, guys.